A live look at Jacksonville, Florida, where Duval County's SFL team is riding a 6-game losing streak dating back to last year, and they're sitting at 0-3 this year. They're looking to get off the schneid against the 2-2 Fort Worth Toros. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Jacksonville, Florida and King's Lair. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrop, and with me on Analyst this week is Charles Doherty. How you doing, Charles?
I'm doing great, Colin. It's fortunate to get to do a game with you. I'm looking forward to it, my friend.
It should be a good one. Marcus Dunhill on the threshold of 25,000 passing yards for his career. He goes against his old team in Jacksonville, who's going through an offensive rebuild. The defense is doing okay, but the offense needs to pick things up a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams are loaded with talent. They've got seasoned veterans on both sides of the ball. They haven't shown it so far, Colin, but one of these teams, I think, is poised for an offensive explosion, and I'm hoping it happens tonight.
Fort Worth in the all-gold for the road uniforms this evening. Jacksonville wearing a customary purple and yellow trim with spot accents on the side of the jerseys. We are just about to get underway here from Jacksonville. Jordan Bradshaw to kick off for the Kings. To start the ball game. 7.5-point underdogs at home is Jacksonville. And a return up the middle and being blasted down at the 21-yard line is Charlie Baker, and that's where Marcus Dunhill will come out against some of his former teammates to start out, Charles.
Yeah, as I led in with the game, Marcus Dunhill, last week he did not have a great game. He had 5 interceptions, and he's looking to be a little bit more efficient tonight and be on the other side, the right side of the touchdown to interception ratio.
Jason Williams is the running back as Dunhill's back to throw first play of the game. This will be a flip out to Williams, and Williams will pick up 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6, knocked out of bounds by number 52, Garrett Hudson. For Fort Worth offensively, they have Dunhill and Williams and A.Z. Bacon. Williams and Bacon are both the running backs. Aaron Alexander's the fullback, Cade Stevens, Charlie Baker, Stephen Hacker are the wide receivers, tight end Robert Garrett Jr., and Frank Burns is the left guard. As this throw out to Cade Stevens is incomplete, they'll set up a 3rd and 6, Pearson on the deflection.
Yeah, Pearson, the cornerback for Jacksonville, just blanketed the wide receiver there. Great defense and setting up a 3rd and long.
Toros convert 60% on 3rd down. Good for 5th in the league coming into this weekend set of games. Dunhill changes the play to the I formation. He's back to throw a little out route. It'll be a yard short of the sticks. Right idea. He just didn't run that route far enough.
Yeah, just one step away. I'm sure he's hitting himself on that one. I mean, he was wide open, had at least 3 to 5 yards past the chains, and just stepped out of bounds early.
Didn't get to the Jacksonville defense. We'll have to get to them next possession. And this will be a punt from Fort Worth. Punt is away. Hang time is good. A fair catch called for at the 36. Jordan Sipe, the 2nd-round draft pick out of San Jose, starts on offense for Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how Jordan Sipe plays tonight. That the rookie, as you said, drafted out of San Jose.
Azariah Way is one of the wide receivers, along with both Willis brothers on offense. Jared at halfback. Grayson, wide receiver, along with Kingston Ellington. Sipe is back to throw, and down he goes. It's sack time for a loss of 8 on the play. Big sack there, all the way back at the 28 by number 95, Jabril Curse.
Yeah, Jabril Curse just overpowered the tackle on that one, just drove all the way up into the quarterback, and think the quarterback wasn't expecting it, didn't expect to see that power out of Jabril.
Joel Hartman, Caesar Ackerman are the tight ends. Olivia Bleeker, Alden Bleeker, and Brian French are the offensive linemen. The Bleekers are at left tackle. That's Olivia. Alden is at left guard, and Brian French is the center.
Something to keep your eyes on, Colin. So far, these first couple snaps, the Fort Worth defensive line is looking to have a little power advantage over the offensive line of Jacksonville.
Jeff Duffy, Jabril Curse, Luther Gahn, Gary Degon at defensive tackle. Play action from Sipes back to throw. Deep bomb down the field, knocked up in the air and incomplete. Pass intended down there for Ellington, but Ben Stone knocked that away. Another quick 3-and-out, this time for Jacksonville.
Yeah, the defensive line, I'm just keep talking about them. They've been shown on every play the ability to break down the pocket and not give Jordan Sipe any time at all to go through the progressions. Looked like he had to get rid of that ball a little early, and it really impacted the ability to get a completion. And now they're punting.
Back deep will be Baker for the punt return. Fair catch called for at the 39. That's where Fort Worth will start. For Jacksonville defensively, Tyquan Hale in his 10th season as a defensive end, along with Forrest Dalton. Joey Schwindett, the former Toro, is a defensive tackle along with the rookie Logan Gardner. Chuck Diesel, formerly of Louisiana, is the inside linebacker. Garrett Hudson and John Martin are the outside linebackers. Chet Maverick, Terrence Pearson, Bernard Gooden are the corners, as Dunhill almost throws a pick to Bernard Gooden, who knocked that away, pass intended for Acker.
Wasn't sure if that was the defensive tackle Joey Schwinn or Logan Gardner, but one of them, much like the Fort Worth defensive line, just powered through the offensive blockers and got in the face of Dunhill and made him get rid of that early, and we almost had an interception and disaster for Fort Worth.
3-man backfield for Fort Worth. On second down to the 39. Here is Dunhill, fires it out to Williams on the screen, breaks a tackle and gets out of bounds 9.5 yards short of the stick, so it'll be 3rd and inches at the 49. Rounding out the safeties for Jacksonville, the rookie Young Voigt and JT Jackson, both teammates of Madison, and Stuart Zamalia, second-year strong safety back there. Receiver close to the line of scrimmage, offset eye. Could be a run. Oh, we get an offside. It'll be a free play. Swing out to Williams. They pick up the first down. Let's see what they do about the penalty, Charles.
Yeah, either way, it's a win-win. Nice play there, even though they're going to take the penalty, I would guess.
Number 94, defense, 5-yard penalty.
Forrest Dalton, the guilty party, trying to get a head start on things, but ultimately caught in the neutral zone. Over under 48.5 in this ball game. Early mistake for Jacksonville, and Fort Worth looking to take advantage. It'll be 1st and 10 now. Ball just over the 50. Now in King territory. He's Dunhill, back to throw, fires out, completes Acker, who breaks the tackle and picks up 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down at 4 at the 40.
Solid play calling by Fort Worth. They're not testing them too deep. Vaught and Zomelia, the safeties for Jacksonville, both have 3 interceptions. So Fort Worth offense is smart enough to know not to test them.
Out from the shotgun, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. And Marcus, back to throw, throws it out to Williams. Williams has space and he picks up the first down. They'll mark him down at about the 35-yard line.
A nice controlled drive by Fort Worth. Again, they're not pushing it deep down the field, rolling the dice. They're doing nice conservative plays, getting positive gains, and they're knocking on the door and just on the edge of field goal range.
Coming in averages 214 passing yards a game, 95 rushing yards a game. Here's another pass. This one out to Williams, and he will only pick up 2 to the 34. Huge tackle made by Garrett Hudson.
Yeah, the linebacker there had a clear shot one-on-one on the running back, but that's not easy to do, tackle Jason Williams in the open field.
Oh, certainly not easy to do. His second catch at 13 yards. He's yet to get it on the ground. Let's see if they go to the ground here. It'll be a handoff to Williams. Has blockers. Spins. They'll only give him forward progress of about 2. That'll set up 3rd and 6 at the Jacksonville 31.
I think that was free safety Young Vaught that flew in through the gap there, hit Williams and just bounced off him and wasn't able to stop him. He just shook him off and kept going.
Here we have a tight end flex. That's the man they call the Cowboy, Robert Garrett Jr. One receiver either side. Offset I formation here to get the Williams again. It'll get stopped in the backfield and send the last 2 yards back to the 33. And puts it in sketchy field goal range as John Martin makes the TFL.
Yeah, her longest, Amelia Rose's longest has been 46 this season. So this is, let's see. I think she's got the leg to do it. Let's see how she does.
Around the right hash. On the hold of Jason Russell. And Rose's kick. It's got the leg and the distance from 50. They're calling it. It's good.
Yep, that's her longest of the season. Good job. Nice drive. I mean, they didn't get a touchdown, but it was a nice conservative play, calling positive gains on pretty much every play except for the last couple there that stalled their drive. But they're walking away with 3, and now let's see how Jacksonville responds.
They played 22-yard drive, resulting in a 50-yard field goal from Amelia Rose. With 5:57 to go in the first quarter, Fort Worth leads 3-0. Deep on the return. Way comes out. And no. Yes, that is Way, and he'll be tackled at the 22. Jacksonville went backwards on their last drive, minus 8 yards, held the ball for only 46 seconds. See if they can hold it any longer. Sipe is under center, has Grayson Willis split tight to the wing. Give off to Jared Willis, and the man they call the E-back picks up 6 yards on first down.
Yeah, Jared Willis is looking to get a touchdown tonight. He walked away with 0 last week. I'm sure he's dying to get that ball and get back in the end zone.
He has 2 rushing touchdowns of the entire season up to this point. Certainly love to add to that tally. Same formation as before, I formation. Here's Sipe over the middle. He has Caesar Ackerman, the tight end, holds it in down to the 37-yard line for a first down.
They ran an all slant out of that wing formation, and it looked like 3 wide receivers were all glued together there in the center of the field, so any of them could have come down with the ball, and they were wide open.
Tell you what, Charles, those paw prints definitely make it distinctive of who your guy is downfield and who is not.
Definitely.
They spread him out now. Willis is lined up on a slot to the wing next to Ackerman. Sipe is all by himself. He's back to throw. Sipe has pressure. Down he goes. A loss of 7. That's Curse again. Just flying around the corner for his second sack in the ball game.
Yeah, you have to give credit, obviously, to the line of Fort Worth, but the coverage downfield was just spot on, and it took a long time for it to develop the routes. They were blanketed by the defensive backs of Fort Worth, and I think helped with that sack.
Over the rest of the Fort Worth defense after this play, as it's a Jordan Sipe pass down the middle, first down. This is Grayson Willis to the 49 of Fort Worth. What a play!
A 9-season veteran there. I mean, he's if you looking for some help, Jordan Sipe, he's the man to throw it to. 6'4", 218, one of the seasoned veterans on Jacksonville.
So for Fort Worth on the rest of the defense, the linebackers inside, E.K. Vincent. Noah Ragier is the rookie outside linebacker, second-round draft pick. J.L. Browning, who leads the team in sacks with 3.5, is the other outside guy. They give the E-back, and he loses the yard back to the 50. It'll be Nacho Sicario, Adam Leach are the corners. Ben Stone, the rookie Remington James are the free safeties. Doug Day, veteran addition from Louisiana, and Delaney Nash are the strong safety. Here's Sipe under center. Two tight ends. He's back to throw. Has a clean pocket. Fires in the middle. Winston Ellington with the catch. And he gets out to the Fort Worth 44. Sets up a 3rd down and 6, Charles.
The offensive line of Jacksonville held strong on that play, but the coverage downfield for Fort Worth was very solid, and Sipe only had the option to dump it off for that safe safety route.
There's Duffy lining across from Olivia Bleeker at left tackle. Here's Sipe, fires complete to Ellington for the first down to the 37. Oh boy, I thought that was going to be a knockdown there, Charles, but they pick up the first instead.
Yeah, I thought the same, Colin. It was a nice pass by Sipe, just barely out of the reach of the defender, and looking at a first and 10.
There's Kearse. He has 2 sacks so far. He's lined up against the right tackle. They have no contracted players on that side. It's a 1st and 10 of 37 Jacksonville. Offset single back to the left. Sipe, 7-step drop, has a clean pocket, fires to Willis for the first down to the 35. And the veteran receiver again comes up clutch for the boys in purple.
Yeah, nice route run there. It looked like the wide receiver had Adam Leach, the cornerback for Fort Worth, maybe playing a little too soft and made him pay for it on that out route.
Delaney Nash and Adam Wiseman are on stats for us, keeping track of the facts and figures. Throwing out to Willis, tried to make a spin move, but he got 2 yards out of the deal to the 24.
J.L. Browning, outside linebacker, great open field tackle again against one of Jared Willis's, one of the seasoned running backs in the league, one of the better running backs in the league. That is hard to do, and he showed some perfect tackling technique on that play.
Sipe is 6 of 8 for 55 yards. 6.9 yards per attempt at the moment. He's back for pass attempt 10. This will be a swing out again to Willis, but he lost 2 yards back there. Nacho Sicario with a perfect form tackle on the E-back.
Yeah, I was looking to see if that was a linebacker. That was a cornerback going in there doing a solid tackle.
6'2", 215 against a 5'11", 210-pound back. Corner wins. 3rd and 10. Sipe back to throw. Has a clean pocket. Has to dump it short to the other tight end, Hartman, and he gets to the 20, and he'll set up a field goal attempt for Bradshaw.
Yeah, they didn't give Sipe a whole lot to work with on this series. Defensive Fort Worth shut it down deep, and they maybe let one play get away from them, but they did a very solid job.
Lined up from the left hash is Bradshaw. Snap, spot kick is on the way and is good from 37. So with 29 seconds left to go in the first, we have a ball game tied up at 3. If you're new to this SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. The return by Baker up the middle is to the 28. A drive summary for Jacksonville. 12 plays, 57 yards, and they have a 37-yard field goal. Baker puts his offense up at their own 28.
A nice conservative play call, and let's see if they stick to that plan on this series.
2 carries for Jason Williams for no yards. Let's see if that changes here as Dunhill's back to throw. Another out route, this time to Stevens. He made sure he's not short of the sticks. In fact, carries 2 defenders very close to the mark.
Yeah, very impressive. Excuse me. Paige Stevens was able to catch that with 2 defenders on him.
2nd and inches. Clock stopped at 19 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And right now this ball game is tighter than a new pair of shoes on a rainy day.
I'm waiting for one team to break out.
This will likely be the last play of the quarter. It'll be a handoff to Williams, and it's his best run of the day. Gets up to the 44. So after the end of one period of play, we're all tied up. 3-3. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music on YouTube. Marcus Dunhill coming into the game was 105 yards away from 25,000. He's up to 40 at the moment. And here's another attempt. This throw out to Williams, and Williams is going backwards. In fact, he'll lose 5 yards. So that doesn't help his quarterback at all.
Yeah, that was a wacky play. I think didn't start off well when they're showing John Martin here, but one of the defensive tackles got into the backfield pretty quickly and disrupted that play.
Martin with a vicious tackle, of course, promoted to general manager in the wake of Mike All departing to go to the Canton Classics for the same position. That's a loss of 5 on the play. 2nd and 15. Dunhill throws out route again, this time off his receiver's hands. That's Hacker. You don't see him drop too many balls, and it'll be 3rd and 15.
Yeah, you don't, Colin, but that was a very small window to get that ball in, and the defender was, just barely a step behind.
3rd and 15. Longest throw for Dunhill so far has gone 9 yards. They need 15 if they want to keep things moving. They go guns straight. This will be a slant play to Robert Garrett Jr. He got the first down. Holy cow, what a play.
What a play. Just barely got across that line. Good awareness on the field to know where he needed to be, and a nice safe play there on 3rd and long.
Well, the Cowboy, who was shut out all first quarter, picks up about 15 plus yards on 3rd and 15. They're going to mark it down as a 16-yard gain. He's back up to 51 now. And he's back to throw, fires out to Williams, and Williams does his best to break a tackle and pick up a yard. Looks like the lineman got a little slow out of the starting block, so to speak, Charles.
Yeah, a little slow, and had to really fight for that yard.
It's up to 16 yards on 6 grabs. He has 3 carries for 6 yards. Press coverage from Jacksonville, showing 3 linebackers. Dunhill over the middle slant, caught by Garrett Jr. to the 40. It'll be 3rd and 3. And the Toros now in manageable position.
Yeah, this is a test for the Jacksonville defense. See if they can stop this drive and get the ball back. They don't want to walk away with any points on the board.
4 on 3rd down so far as Fort Worth. This is pretty manageable compared to some of the others they've had to face. They converted a 3rd and 15 last time. Has to get away of sweeping wide. Got the first down to the 36. Stuart Samuel with a hit.
Yeah, that was a great run by Williams. It was intended for a run up the middle, like a strong or weak ISO, but that was shut down quickly by the Jacksonville Kings defensive line, and he was smart enough to know he had to bounce it offside, get those extra yards, and fight for the first down.
On the field is to get the Williams up the middle, and he gets rocked. After a pick of a 3, it'll be 2nd and 7.
Yeah, they're hitting hard tonight, Colin, and a couple big hits on Williams, but he keeps jumping up, getting back in the huddle, and ready to get the ball again.
Austin Carpenter, the second tight end there in the backfield. As now they line a bunch to the bottom. Dunhill back to throw, dumps it out to Williams, but Jacksonville rallies to the ball and holds him for no gain. As Martin again on the tackle.
Yep, here we are, a 3rd and relatively long. Let's see. That slant route worked really well last time. Let's see if they go to the well again.
Williams is out of the game as they empty him out. Same formation they can rid of 3rd and 15 with, except this time Jacksonville in press coverage. Slants again over the middle, first down to the 20-yard line. Stevens with his best grab of the day so far.
Yeah, that's a hard play to defend against. Your defenders are going to always get on in between your receiver and the end zone, so that leaves them the opportunity for that on that slant route to be wide open. Not just one receiver. It looked like several of them are wide open.
And they empty him out with trips to the bottom. Dunhill now up to 70 yards. 13 of 16 so far for the season 14 champion with the Atlanta Swan. Over the middle of Garrett Jr. picks up 7 more.
Yeah, they're going to do that all day unless Jacksonville comes up with a way to stop it. Maybe bump them on the line or put a linebacker or 2 in the center. Just play zone there, waiting for him to come in.
Chuck Diesel in on the tackle. Garrett Jr.'s third catch now up to 28 yards on 3 receptions. Here's the run up the middle. Williams gets the first down there more. It'll be 1st and goal down to the 8.
Yeah, they are doing what they need to do so far. Haven't been stopped. A lot of good tackles by Jacksonville, but haven't been able to sustain that pressure on Fort Worth. And they're threatening, and Jacksonville's really got to dig their heels in and keep them out of the end zone.
We got formation. Alexander in front of Williams. Dunhill with 2 tight ends, a single receiver out is Hacker. Here's to get to Williams. Trying to find room, but doesn't find it. It'll be 2nd goal as it's stopped just behind the line of scrimmage by a former teammate of his, Joey Schwint.
Yeah, a tackle like that by Joey Schwint is what fires up the defense, and hopefully that can ignite them and give them what they need to shut Fort Worth drive down.
Standard eye formation. Alexander close, Williams deep. Blitz being shown by Jacksonville. Here to get to Williams again. Hurls over them and spins down to the 3.
Kept him out of the end zone. Looked like he was going in, Colin, but excuse me, John Martin, linebacker for Jacksonville, was able to stop the spinning and bring him down. And now we're looking at a 3rd and 3, and let's see what Jacksonville can do to keep them out of the end zone.
Only 3 rushing touchdowns for Williams on the season. Trying to get number 4 here. Gets the handoff wide. Gets stopped. Stopped at the 2, they'll call it. And it'll be another field goal attempt for Rose as Pearson again leading the tacklers. It'll be 4th and goal.
Yeah, credit to Terrence Pearson, the cornerback. You also have to tip your hat to number 59, Chuck Diesel. He was in there as well to help.
Nothing more than an extra point. It'll put Fort Worth sitting in the catbird seat. 6-3. And it's good for 18 yards, but it probably should have been 7, Charles.
You know, Colin, I've never seen a catbird seat.
That's where cats are sitting with birds, I think.
Okay, I don't know if it was sitting in front of me. I wouldn't know what it was. Sorry to throw you off, but that was the drive of Fort Worth was solid, but they just stalled. And credit to the defense of Jacksonville to dig their heels in and keep them out of the end zone.
Jacksonville will turn this up to the 23. Kings now looking to possibly take the lead if they play the cards right, Charles. They had a really good drive, but it only went 22 yards in 9 plays. That was a 17-play, 70-yard drive that ends up in 3 points for Fort Worth. They're in the lead, but they were hoping for 7. Here's Sight back to throw. Fires out to Jared Willis, and Willis will get tackled in the backfield for the loss of 2, led by that man, number 33, Doug Day.
Yeah, for those swing passes to work effectively, you have to get the ball out fast. You have to get it crisp into the hands of the running back, so he can turn upfield quickly, because any defense in this league is going to react quickly if it takes too long to develop.
Yeah, especially those defensive backs. Linebackers, they may be a step or two slow, but DBs will close quickly. Here they go again to Willis. This time he has room, and he gets out to the 24. Tackle made by Adam Leach.
3rd and 9. They're going to be in a passing situation here, and they haven't shown the consistency on their passing game here, so this is going to be a good test for Jacksonville.
4 wide. I believe both tight ends are split out. You see Ackerman to the bottom of your screen. Willis is in the slot. Grayson Willis, that is. They go to the top side, and Ackerman rallies, get a first down and more.
That was great field presence. You don't see, how many times, Colin, do you see in a game where the wide receiver catches it so close to the edge right there and just keeps the momentum, keeps him going out of bounds? But he had a lot of the presence and the physical ability to just turn upfield and get that first down.
6'1", 224, but he was moving like a guy who weighed a little less than that. Pretty impressive athleticism there.
Maybe
3
took
wide.
some dance lessons as well.
3 wide out now. Slot is coming. Back to throw. Going out to Jared Willis again. Picks up. They're going to call it a yard. Doug Day on the tackle.
And Doug Day is fast, and his reaction time is fast. And again, you got to get that out quickly to your running back in order for them to have a chance.
2nd and 9, clock stopped. There's Kersey, has 2 sacks. Ackerman, that was a 14-yard grab. That's when he got their sight again to Willis. And he'll lose the 2 yards he just gained.
Great tackle by J.L. Browning.
Yeah, J.L. Browning again. Nice rallying to the ball. Sets up a 3rd and 10. Not where you want to be, Charles.
No, not at all. But against this Fort Worth defense, they're really showing that it's difficult to pass against them.
Select, quick drop. He's back over the middle. Went first down. Jared Willis again.
Like I said, when Jordan Sipes in trouble and needs a big play, who does he go to? Grayson Willis, the 9-year veteran. When you throw it to him, he holds on to it and does what he needs to do, and knows where the chains are and gets you a first down.
Yeah, that's correct. It was Grayson Willis, not Jared Willis. 11, not 24. Again, Grayson Willis to the bottom. Jared Willis, he's having a little trouble on the ground, Charles. He stopped for no gain there as we reached the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, Jeff Duffy started it off, and he was back in the backfield right at the snap.
2-minute warning. You're watching the SFL, presented by APM Music on YouTube. The SFL has partnered with Rare Drop and Rare Drop Sports to advance live events and distribution. Live in-person championship weekends, rookie drafts, and community events are in the works. Check out the SFL games on their Twitch channel Friday through Sunday evenings. Follow Rare Drop Sports at twitch.tv/RD Sports.
Colin, they have plenty of time. The Jacksonville offense has plenty of time to get some points on the board here. It's nice and, stick to their game plan. Don't try and push it, and at least walk away with 3.
Line up in the gun for the first time in a while. Willis sidecar right. Jared, that is. Here's Sipe finding his SFL teammate way over in the middle, and as the right away, he picks up the first down.
Yeah, nice catch there by Way, and they are right on the edge for Jordan Bradshaw to hit a field goal. His longest this season is 50, so a couple more yards to make it safe, but at least they can walk out of here with 3 like we talked about.
Right to the line of scrimmage on the bottom. Here they go the other way. Pass knocked away by Doug Day, looking for Ackerman again.
And get a Twinkie for that, man. That was a nice effort, nice air by Doug Day. Got up in the air, flicked it down past deflection, almost had an interception, but stalled Jacksonville nonetheless.
Esports TV has partnered with the SFL to bring sim football to millions of homes over the next 2 years. ESTV is the world's first 24/7 live, linear, and video-on-demand esports channel available everywhere through your smartphone, through Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and more. Visit estv.co to learn more about its programming and find all the ways you can catch SFL action on the network. Meanwhile, back on the field, we got a penalty. It's going to be a late hit by Nacho Sicario and the veteran with a not-so-smart play there, Charles.
No, yeah, it was a great route run. I think that was Kingston Ellington right at the seam and was able to catch a nice pass by Jordan Sipe as well. But it looks like Nacho added a little flavor to the end of it, and the flag dropped.
Stone was the one that provided the initial hit, and Sicario just came flying in. Moves the ball all the way down to the moves the ball all the way down to the 7. Clock stopped with 1:01. All 3 timeouts still at Jacksonville's disposal as they line up here in the I. Sipe. 7-step drop this time to the end zone, and he nearly threw an interception right to the defender. He was looking for Ackerman, but he found a gold shirt instead.
Wow, Browning is kicking himself for dropping that one. That was right and in the numbers.
Browning hit the route better than Ackerman did. What the heck?
He hit it right between the 5 and 4.
2nd and goal from the 7. Clock stop, 57 seconds. They got another crack or 2 at the end zone, Charles. Let's see what they do here. We got a nickel 3-3 defense on the field. Sipe back to throw. Slant over the middle. Tipped and incomplete. Incomplete on the play. Number 50, Noah Ragier with the knockdown.
Yeah, I mean, what do you run against this Fort Worth defense? I mean, I was about to say, hey, you got to hand the ball off to Willis, but they've shown the ability to shut down the run, and they're clogging it up in the middle. Maybe a swing pass. I'm scratching my head.
They line up in the offset eye. Jared Willis in the backfield. They'll swing it out to Jared, and he will not get there. It's down to the 1. They'll call up their first time out with 49 seconds left, Charles. Ooh, so close.
I was almost a genius, Colin. They made it to the half-inch line, but the defense of Fort Worth is stout tonight and not going to give them anything.
Shaw on to try what is no more than basically an extra point attempt, just aligned a little bit differently. We're going to call this unofficially 17 yards until proven otherwise. Snap, spot, kick is on the way, and it's good from 17. So with 45 seconds left, we're all tied at 6-6.
Yeah, the defenses have been dictating this game. I'm trying to figure out if we're going to get a touchdown next half. And which team that's going to be. I mean, both teams seem to have stall as they get closer to the end zone.
That was a 15-play, 69-yard drive. And while the yardage was nice, the result was not. So Baker on the return tries to outrun the coverage, but only gets to the 23.
So what do you do here, Colin? Do you run it out, or you try and test it deep?
Well, considering that Fort Worth is only averaging about 4.5 yards per attempt, and their leading receiver, Hacker, has only 1 catch for 6 yards. Leading receiver in terms of stats coming in. They're just going to sit on the ball, but Williams trying to make it interesting. We'll get out to the 35 on the run.
Yeah, you almost broke that. You almost broke that one and did make it interesting, Colin.
It's just a little innocent handoff, Charles, and you know something about this being a running back yourself. Just a nice move in the hole.
Yeah, a lot shorter and a lot fatter. So not quite the same, but yeah, Williams knows what he's doing. But I thought he was going to break it out. A lot of people in the stands held their breath on that one.
No doubt about that. Go I formation again. Alexander in front of Williams. Here's to get to Williams again. Has blockers, spin move, break his tackle, and gets down to the 46. Here we go, Charles. Hurry up offense.
Yeah, hurry up with the run. I mean, it's how many teams can be successful in the 2-minute drill with just runs, and they've with the show.
Throw it out to Williams this time, and that's not successful. But they're not using their timeouts. What the heck is going on here?
Should have just ran it and called a timeout.
All right. They're going to run it again with Williams, and now they call timeout with 2 seconds left. Things continuing not to make sense. We're up here in the booth, Charles.
Got to get their 2-second play out, Colin. One that'll
Luis Gonzalez, head coach. I don't think he and Dunhill are discussing dinner plans for after the game.
Definitely not.
Ball to the Fort Worth 49. 2 seconds on the clock. And it looks like they lined up in the El Mary formation. Dunhill has a clean pocket, steps up, hit as he threw. All the way down, it's going to be intercepted. He had 5 picks last week, and he throws one here to Stuart Zamalia in the first half. We have a 6-6 tie in our hands, Charles.
Yep, the field goal kickers are going to need to ice their legs at halftime because they may be doing a lot of kicking next half as well.
Daquan Hill almost had a sack. He's sitting on 123.5 for his career coming in.
Both defenses are, seen a lot of highlights, more highlights on the defense than on the offense, let's say.
We reach halftime, the score is 6-6. And Amelia Rose to kick it off. To Azariah Way. And Way up the middle is tackled at the 23.
Wow. I just took a look at that Mexico City Lone Star game. 41-0. Wow.
Man. The Aztecs.
Maybe we can borrow some of their points and apply it to this game.
Yeah, perhaps. That's why nobody's scoring in this game. They're hogging all the points. They're hogging all the points for themselves.
Yep.
Here's Stipe with a deep drop back. Has time. Fired downfield. Grayson Willis with the catch all the way out to the Jacksonville 48. That's now his 4th catch. He's up to 74 yards, Charles.
Sipe had all the time in the world in that pocket and threw it in the middle, just barely over the outstretched arms of the defender.
That was Stone right there. Ben Stone, one of 2 defenders for the Toros who has a defensive touchdown of the season.
Looks like maybe he was going for the ball when he should have hit the receiver.
They got 3 wide, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Here is Dunhill. Over the middle, looking for Grayson Willis, but the dive comes up empty.
Yeah, he had him, just let him a little too far out. And he had plenty of time too in the pocket, so I'm sure Jordan Sipe wants to get a do-over on that one.
Type is now 18 of 24, under 49 yards. Marcus Dunhill only 74 yards on 15 completions the first half. See if he adds to that total. Sipe fires out, one-handed catch by Ackerman. Went backwards for a moment and then went upfield, but oh wait, we got a flag. We got a flag. Delaney Nash on the tackle, but hold everything.
I think that was a late hit.
Face mask.
No, they're calling it a face mask. Charles, you know. They're saying it's incidental, however. He grabbed it as Ackerman was going by.
Ackerman almost went the wrong way, Colin, but he figured it out and had a pretty good gain there and the penalty.
Burrows probably not happy about that one. Moves the ball up to the 35. And the rookie quarterback, Sipe, gives off to Jared Willis. And Willis with the spin, and he'll get tackled at the line of scrimmage for no gain. E.K. Vincent, the former safety and former outside linebacker, now playing inside with a great tackle there.
A great adjustment. He tried to bounce out. Willis tried to bounce outside because there was nothing down the middle, but that fast defense of Fort Worth was just able to shut it down. He had no hope.
We got formation, twins to the bottom. Here to give out to Jared Willis. Spins, two spins, and picks up 6 yards this time through the air.
Yeah, good play. Well, with a veteran halfback like that and Jared Willis, you could give him a short dump off play and count on him to get those yards needed to make it third and manageable.
3rd and 4 for Jacksonville. Need to get a little before the 25 if they want to continue marching down the field. Here's Sipe, quick drop. Now that's the scramble throws. It'll be a first down reception. First down reception. That's Grayson Willis again.
That was an ugly play, Colin. I think that maybe it looked like Jordan was trying to run out of that pocket because it was starting to shut down and just I don't think we're going to replay that, but it looked like a duck coming over the offensive line into the arms of Willis.
The quarterback getting a little happy feet there. He's 5'11", 215. But he winds up here going to the end zone, and Nacho Sicario with the knockdown pass intended for Kingston Ellington.
Yeah, that pass had no chance. I think he got rid of it too early and didn't let the play develop.
Got big targets. Grayson Willis, 6'4". Way is 6'1". Ellington at 6'5". Hardman is 6 foot even. Jared Willis again tackled in the backfield this time. Gary D. Gond, the second-year defensive tackle, with the hit, awesome 3.
Yeah, Gond has been in the backfield a couple times tonight, showing really good power in that middle.
One receiver either side, 2 tight ends. Quick drop, throw over the middle. Ackerman was the intended receiver, but the throw was a little too far in front. Bradshaw on for another field goal attempt, his 3rd.
Yeah, the pocket was breaking down and had a very small window to throw it in, and it just wasn't there.
Bradshaw has already made 2 field goals today. He made one from 37, one from 17. This one will be a little more longer distant. The field goal is good from 45. It's now 9-6. With 7:43 to go in the 3rd, Charles. Still waiting for our first touchdown of the day.
Yes, we definitely are. I mean, so far the kickers are earning their money.
That was a 10-play, 42-yard drive. Charles, 3 of the scoring drives have been 10 plays or more, but they've all ended in field goals.
And when the defense digs their heel in as you get close to in that red zone, they're just shutting it down.
Here is Baker on the return, cuts it upfield, and down at the 22 goes Charlie Baker. So a milestone watch for Marcus Dunhill. He's sitting at 74 yards. He needs 105 to hit exactly 25,000 right on the nose. And would put him 12th all time in terms of passing statistics, tied with the likes of Hall of Famer Rocco Marconi. Of course, Marcus was inducted in the contributor category of the SFL Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
Williams is tackled in the backfield for a loss of 2. Forrest Dalton, the defensive end, just came flying through.
Yeah, Dalton, as well as it looked like Hale and maybe Gardner as well. They, it was pick your poison. Who's going to hit you?
Packer in the slot. He has only 1 catch for 6 yards on 3 targets. Dunhill instead goes to Williams, and that's more or less been the story today. Is Bernard Gooden in on the tackle. It will be a 3rd and long, and I feel like we've been to this song and dance before.
Yeah, we have, Colin. And they've been, both sides have been trying that swing pass, and I think we've only seen 1, maybe 2 plays where it has a pretty decent gain.
Gun straight. They'll be looking for the slants again this time. They're not so lucky as a knockdown by number 59, Chuck Diesel. They finally listen to you, Charles, and defend the slants with the linebacker.
Yeah, and J.T. Jackson was just a half step from getting an interception and getting the ball deep in Fort Worth territory.
He was the young man, number 22.
Oh, it hit him in the helmet.
Yeah, it hit Diesel in the helmet even though he went for the SWAT. The SFL has partnered with Laser to deliver digital SFL player trading cards to its players and viewers during live events on SFL Twitch. Every 30 minutes, the viewers every 30 minutes will be issued cards, or you can buy card packs through Laser's store. The new Season 19 pack will be available soon. Visit laser.dg and hit the Join Alpha button to connect your Twitch account and begin collecting. Return up to the 48 for Jacksonville.
Yeah, let's see if they maybe feed the ball to Willis a little bit more. I know they're shutting it down, but a running back like that's got to get the reps, and shows an ability to power through that line. So it's just a matter of time. You just got to keep giving them the ball.
Set that formation wing again. They'll swing it out to Jared Willis. 2 spin moves, breaks the tackle and carries 2 more defenders, picks up 6 yards, but it was well earned 6 yards that time, Charles.
Well, that works as well. Just give them the ball any way you can. Pass it to him, hand it off to him.
Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for info about the league. It's 28 teams, all the places you can watch live games, plus links to apparel from Sector 6 and many helmets from 97 Sports Promotion. See all the league records, team stats, player leaderboards, rankings for the next class of SFL talent, and so much more. Simulationfl.net, your home for everything SFL. And once again, we have a flag for a late hit, this time against Adam Leach of Fort Worth.
I think that was caught by Joel Harleman, the rookie tight end out of Annapolis. That's his first target of the game.
Did indeed caught it. He'd been targeted 3 times, but he'll go down as a 5-yard reception. Ball moved to the Fort Worth 25. Nacho in the chat says R62 hates Leach. Well, I don't know about that. So the throw goes over the middle, and it is hauled in by Caesar Ackerman to the 18.
2nd and 3. They've got the whole playbook open for this one. I vote give the ball to Willis.
They
My vote
split
probably
back.
doesn't
They
count.
line up on the wing again. This is wing-eye jokers. Zipe. Hardeman again. Ooh, he went backwards. They say he lost. They're going to say he lost 2 yards back to the 20.
Yeah, that's the trend I'm seeing. I don't know why the receivers are taking those steps farther away from the line of scrimmage. It's a little troubling.
I think it was just the momentum of that particular pass, how Sipe placed it in his hands. 3rd and 5 at the 20. Need to get about the 15 if they want to continue going. Here's the in route. First down. Exactly at the 15. Grayson Willis again.
A great field presence. Excuse me. He was just barely over that first down marker.
On the route just enough in order to get it. There go strong-eyed jokers. Give again.
Still going. Oh, man.
He only picks up, they're going to call it 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8. Tackle made by Delaney Nash. Nash has been busy. That's his 3rd tackle. Leading tackler for Fort Worth is E.K. Vincent. He has 7 solo tackles plus an assist. 2nd down and 9. This ball game still very much in doubt. Out route again. Ellington with the catch, and he gets knocked down 2 yards short of 6 at the 7.
They're close. They're knocking on the door for a touchdown here, Colin. First, they got to get, I guess they can throw it in the end zone right away, but it's either get the first down or put it in the end zone.
See what they do here. They line up in the I formation, wing jokers. Current drive, 5 plays, 23 yards. Here's the give to Jared Willis, and he's in the end zone. The back scores.
Very nice. Nice run up the middle. That was a great hole the offensive line started with, and he wasn't touched.
You're right. He went there without so much as a guy breezing by him. Great blocks by the left side of the line of both the Bleakers. At left guard and left tackle, Olivia Bleeker and Aiden Bleeker. As Bradshaw on to try the extra point to give his team a 10-point lead with 3:26 to go. As the extra point is up and good, we now have a 16-6 game. Charles, we finally have our first touchdown of the ball game.
Yeah, I mean that was exciting. That was Jacksonville, went to their thoroughbred in Willis and showed what the skills he had, taking it in the end zone there. Fort Worth has a stud in the backfield as well, and Jason Williams. Let's see if they go to him and see what he can do.
It's an 8-play, 38-yard drive. Most of it through the air, but the last 8 yards or so were finished on the ground by Jared Willis. Returned by Baker up to the 26. And Fort Worth now has a bit of catching up to do as they're now down by 10.
I mean, this game could get out of their control here if they don't answer up. I mean, it's there's still a lot of time left, but Jacksonville looks like they're starting to heat up.
Stunning under the center. Gives off to Jason Williams, and Williams finds a little bit of crease, but only gets a yard for his troubles. He's up to 49 yards on about 14 carries. I'm not good at math, but that's not a good average, Charles.
No, it's not. But it's reps. I'm just waiting for him to break a long one. It's inevitable.
Gun straight formation again. Donnell looking for the slant. Found it to Garrett Jr. First down to the 40. He continues his march toward 25K.
When you have that play in your arsenal and, you're 3rd and long, you can pull that out and execute it every time. Every time they've run that play, 2 or 3 of the receivers look wide open. So it's comfortable for Marcus Dunhill to know he can pull that card out and put it on the table when he needs to.
to 86 yards, 17-22 passing with the 1 interception. Here's Marcus again back to throw. This time a throw outcut. It's good for a 4-yard pickup out of bounds. That's Cade Stevens again.
I haven't seen any real, dangerous pass routes run by Fort Worth as far as challenging the safeties of Jacksonville deep. I mean, they've been relatively conservative. They haven't put a lot of points on the board, but they've only made really one mistake tonight.
One mistake indeed. Alexander in front of Williams, offset eye. Here's to give to Jason Williams. And plows ahead, and they're going to say he picked up 2. It'll be 3rd and 3. See the running back comparison there. Numbers not great for either, but Willis does have the rushing touchdown. Jared, that is.
Yeah, his 3rd of the season, and he was hungry for it, so that's something to feed on.
3 people in the backfield. Do they go to Jason Williams again? They do on the ground, but Forreston's right there for the stop, and Jacksonville is forced to punt.
Yeah, 6'1", 295 Tower just dropped in front of Jason Williams, and he didn't have anywhere to go.
Played it absolutely perfectly from his position. Welcome in Jason France of the Minnesota Legend. Of course, his team beating my Motor City V8s in a rugged defensive contest, 16-13 in overtime. As we'll take a look at the numbers, and you can pretty much see why Jacksonville is in front by 10 at this point. Charles.
Yeah, and the game's not out of reach for Fort Worth, but Jacksonville, if they keep driving like they have been and managing the clock, it's going to put Fort Worth in quite a bind.
According to my non-trademark momentum meter, it's a lean Jacksonville right now. A side hit as he throws. Kingston Ellington almost came up with a diving catch, but not quite. Incomplete.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that was another play where everybody held their breath. The quarterback falling down gets rid of the ball, and 9 times out of 10 that results as an interception.
He's put up good numbers. 36 of 27, 199 yards. Has not thrown an interception, but has not thrown a touchdown. He did what he needs to do. As Hardeman again catches it on the little swing pass to the tight end. This will be 3rd and 3 at the 31.
Yeah, I think they found something on that tight end swing. I mean, every time they run it, the tight end has at least 5 yards of room. The key is the timing of the pass. I mean, if you get it to him early enough, it could turn out to be a pretty decent game. And it's been working all night.
Leach guarding Grayson Willis, who has 83 yards on 6 receptions. Here's the throw out. This is Ackerman, the tight end. He's out of bounds at the 44. And the rookie's starting to heat up a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, they're getting the tight ends engaged here. Pretty smart. I mean, I think the focus has been on the wide receivers, but Harleman and Ackerman are starting to show their value.
It's certainly causing problems for the Toros. It's 3 wide out of the shotgun for Jordan Sype. Sidecar left is Jared Willis. Sype is back to throw. Slant over the middle. Grayson Willis with a diving reception as we end the 3rd. Put your 4s, 86s, and 12s up in chat as we reach the end of the 3rd quarter, 16-6. PM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection. State-of-the-art technology and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore the library and find the perfect tracks for your project, visit apmmusic.com. I'm Colin Northup. My analyst for this week is Charles Doherty, statisticians Delaney Nash and Adam Weisman, as the Fort Worth Toros are down to the Jacksonville Kings by 10 points as we start the ballgame. As we start the final quarter, that is. Hardeman with another one-handed catch, and the rookie tight end, he's starting to make some noise, Charles.
Yeah, smart smart play calling by the Jacksonville offense. I mean, it's conservative, but they're going to what's working, and right now it's been either Ackerman or Harleman on those out routes or those swing passes.
He's now up to 28 yards on 5 grabs, 5.6 yards per reception, not bad for the rookie tight end. Pump. Here's the throw out to Jared Willis, and he is lucky he only lost about a yard. He could have lost 3 or 4.
Yeah, 3 or 4, or he could have lost the ball the way the Fort Worth defenders hit.
2nd and 11. Ball on the Toro 25. John Bradshaw has already made a couple field goals, but Jared Willis was able to break through with a nice touchdown run of 7 yards last time these Kings had the ball. Here's Sight back to throw, fires out to Jared Willis again. Will gain the yardage back +1. That'll set up 3rd and 9.
They kind of gave up on their tight ends. They were starting to get red hot, and now they're starting to cool off a little bit.
Yeah, I don't exactly get the strategy. Willis has more receptions, 11, than he has carries, 8. Play action Sight down the field into triple coverage and knocked away. Doug Day among the defenders there, and Bradshaw will come on for another field goal attempt.
Yeah, that was a dangerous play. I mean, Doug Day, the veteran safety back there, doesn't drop many.
Well, was looking for Fred Foreman, the fullback.
I don't think he's used to catching the ball very often.
No, he's more of a blocking back for the E-back, I would think. Center hash, this will be work for Bradshaw. Good from 40, we'll call it. With 9:18 to go, it's now 19-6. Jacksonville is front.
Now the pressure's on Fort Worth. There's still almost a full quarter left here in the fourth, but they're going to have to make some adjustments on their offense and maybe go, add a little more risk to what they've been showing so far.
Indeed. This pass offense has been risk averse, averaging only 4 yards per pass attempt and 52 yards on the ground. 10 plays, 53 yards. The last drive summary, Charlie Baker returns it up to the 27. Dunhill sitting at 91 yards. Remember, he needs about 108 to break 25,000 for his career. And it would be somewhat ironic if he did such a feat against the team he played for last year, the Jacksonville Kings. Starts on Landry back with slant over the middle of Robert Garrett Jr. And he picks up about 8 yards.
Yeah, that's a good chunk of yards to get there on first down, and I haven't seen that formation much tonight. Another card that Dunhill has, and so now's the time he needs to start pulling those cards and showing them.
It's up to 99 yards now. 99. He's 7 away from 25,000. This will be an handoff to Jason Williams. Williams has the room, picks up the first down to the 41.
I'm looking at the stats, and I'm just amazed that neither of these running backs are knocking on the door for 100.
Williams, he's now up to 17 carries for 58 yards. Also 9 grabs for 12 yards. Here's the throw out to the second tight end for Fort Worth. He picks up 3 more yards. We've now crossed the century mark. We're getting real close. Charles.
Needs to unload it deep and break it with a long touchdown pass.
He's at 102. 6 yards away. As he hands off to Williams. Blitz through traffic, picks up 3 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 46.
You have plenty of options. I mean, 3rd and 4. The worst thing to do is I've been saying that they should get a little risky, but I would say not so much on this down.
Next win for Jacksonville. We'll get to that in a moment. At the throw out to Cade Stevens. That'll be enough for the first down, and I think that breaks the record.
Congratulations. That was that was a very nice pass to break the record.
Cade Stevens hauls that one in his 5th grab. Marcus Dunhill is now 21 of 26 for 112 yards according to numbers from Delaney Nash. Congratulations to Marcus Dunhill. Throws, knocked away, looking for the other tight end. That's Martin. It'll be 2nd and 10. John Martin on the deflection for Jacksonville.
Yeah, Martin on Fort Worth doesn't get targeted very often, and couple that with him being with a pile of Jacksonville defenders didn't really set him up for success on that play.
25,000 yards, Charlie.
That's
amazing milestone for Dunn. As Williams will pick up 4 more yards to the 40, setting up 3rd and 6.
Got to be a little more. You got to start worrying about the time here. I mean, 6 minutes and 39 seconds seems like a long time, but if you get the ball back to Jacksonville, they're going to really milk the clock.
Indeed, my friend, indeed. 3rd and 6. Here's a slant. Oh, and traffic is intercepted. Intercepted by Jacksonville on the play. It's going to be returned. This is Garrett Hudson all the way down to the Fort Worth 33-yard line.
Yeah, that was that hurt. That was a very heads-up play by Hudson on Jacksonville, the outside linebacker. They went to that slant route, but Jacksonville found that the linebackers, if you put them in the right positions, can shut it down. And on that play, got the interception, and now really putting Fort Worth on the hot coals here, trying to take this game away from them.
4 tackles and 1 assist for Hudson so far. Last win for Jacksonville was in March 26th against Louisiana. Since then, they've been on a 6-game losing streak. As Willis, with 2 spins and carrying defenders forward, picks up 7.
Yeah, he's coming out fired up after that last touchdown. It would be nice for if Jacksonville, for their first win of the season to get it at home. Always sweeter.
Jacksonville, they finished 7-5, so they had a winning record last year. They're now 0-3 to start season 19. Side down the middle, what a catch by the rookie tight end, leaping up down to the 17.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at Jordan Sipe out there, the rookie quarterback, and he's standing in there like a veteran. 45 attempts, 76% complete. Hasn't made any errors, and I don't want to curse him, but he's showing his skills.
5.8 yards per completion. Here's attempt number 46. Hardman again down to the 9.
Harleman held on to that, but he got a licking. I'm impressed he was able to get up so quickly after that one.
2nd and 2. Clock now approaching under 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes and under to go in this game as we're now under 5. It's a 2nd and 2. Jared Willis, the deep back in the I formation. Jordan Sipe, 7-step drop. has to throw it. Touchdown! Caesar Ackerman with the catch, and Jacksonville may have put this on ice.
Yeah, I mean this is going to be hard for Fort Worth to respond to, but I think it's appropriate that you throw the ball, the first receiving touchdown to one of those tight ends because they've been balling all night. Ackerman and Harleman, and at least one of them deserved a touchdown reception.
He's now 6 grabs for 62 yards and a touchdown, 10.3 yards per reception for Ackerman. And the 5th touchdown pass in the year for Jordan Slipe. With 4:43 left, this one may be all but over.
Yeah, really impressive game by Jordan Slipe so far.
He may not have been picked in the first round, but he's definitely playing like he should have been selected in the first round. He was picked number 40 in round number 2.
Getting coached well, and I love it when you got a quarterback or any player for that matter that doesn't follow the standard mold that all the other players in the SFL do as far as height and weight.
Yeah, sort of that
Makes them stand out.
the closest comparison I can think in terms of like height, weight is Kyler Murray of the NFL's Arizona Cardinals. The one
That's
that
right.
immediately comes to mind.
That's right. Good comparison there, Colin.
Thank you there, Charles. Here's Dunhill. Will top flight. It's one deep, one-handed catch by Cade Stevens, who breaks the tackle. Almost broke a second one down to the 36. And here we go, Charles. The Toros, they're showing they're still alive.
Yeah, still alive. Looked like that was a fade route there that caught the cornerback napping, and see if they go to the well again. Well, dump it out.
The dump off. And this will be a 2nd and 10. Here's the throw down the middle, tipped and incomplete. I believe they were looking for Stevens again, but Jackson, no, that was Chet Maverick, had other ideas.
Yeah, I actually think that was a probably good thing for Fort Worth for that ball to hit the ground so they could come in there with a new play set.
The SFL produces over 400 live events each year, but don't miss community content creators and their creations. Catch SFL Nights with AJ Stryker. Say it with your chest. Around the SFL and more covering season 19 and beyond. Check out archived versions of our community shows. Visit Simulationfl.net and click the logo of your favorite form of SFL entertainment on our homepage. Clock running at a 4th and 3, and they got to go for it from 29. Field goals won't help them at this point. He's Dunhill in the gun. Slants. Can he find it again? He does!
Wow.
Catch made. First down to the 15. Look who it is, Steven Acker. First catch we've heard from him in a while. Dunhill again. Slants. Oh, this time it's dropped. It's dropped, incomplete. Looking on the play for number 84, Mike Kacker. But he was unable to come up with it.
Wow, yeah, that was the play before. Great catch by Hacker to extend the series, and they needed it. But when you run a formation like that, you've got one or two non-contract players out there, and then you roll the dice when you try and throw to them.
To the top of the screen, Dunhill back to throw. Fires over the middle, dropped again. This time it's Stevens, but not before Maverick makes a good play on the ball to force the incompletion.
Now's the time for Jacksonville to lock it down and fire up the bus and go home.
3rd and 10 from the 15. Now they flip trips to the bottom. Press coverage-ish from Jacksonville, our corners. Dunhill slants, caught, kicker. Oh, he'll be short of the sticks.
Did you say press coverage-ish? That was awesome. I'm sorry.
Yeah, press coverage-ish.
That's
Fort Worth will challenge the spotted ball, and why not?
Listening team.
Oh,
And they got the lose.
Tom, that's greatness.
Our first replay review from R62.
Oh, I think.
Oh,
he
I
got
think
it.
he's across, Charles.
Yeah, I agree. Ball, feet, helmet, shoulder pads. What else? What do they need?
This forward progress, anyway.
After review, the call on
Who's
the
gonna
field
clap?
is
Yeah, there we
overturned.
go.
And Luis Gonzalez wins the challenge. Kicker picks up the first down on third down. Crowd here at Kings Lane not happy.
Yep. And the right now the clock is getting away from him.
3:04 to go in the ball game. Strong eye formation. Done. Swing out to Williams. Has to make one man miss. Diesel, he cannot. And here we go again.
Great hit by. That wasn't a tackle. That was just hit you with the shoulder and knock the lights out of you.
Done. Out to Williams again. Down to the 3.
Another nice tackle.
Do they go back to the well? Surely they got other reads. Pump. They're going to Alexander. He went backwards to the 5. Ooh. Oy vey.
Boy Vay's right. That was not the best play to call on that in that situation.
Lost 2 yards back to the 5. They got to go for it anyway.
Definitely.
This will be pass attempt number 39 coming up for Marcus Dunn. He's thrown 2 interceptions and 189 yards.
Oh, wow.
They go out, and oh, that's not going to do it. Hacker fell down way short of the end zone, and Stuart Somalia with the touchdown.
Yeah, that looked like that was a hot route. The top side receiver did an out route instead of doing the slant, but it didn't pay off. I mean, if that would have been a better pass, he would have had the step right into the end zone, but didn't get the ball there in time, and the wide receiver had to make too many adjustments to get to the ball, and just wasn't enough to get the first down.
Right, we have first and 10 from the 4, and the backups are in for Jacksonville. Curtis Young turns hands off to the backup tailback, Alan Urban. The coverage of the SFL and Next Level Sports continues tomorrow with a doubleheader starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern in Washington, D.C., where the 3-1 D.C. Dragons welcome the 3-1 Vancouver Legion in a rematch of a thrilling 55-52 shootout that kicked off Season 18. In the second block, Seattle gets its first national television game as heavy underdogs in Baltimore. Live look-ins will feature London, Sioux Falls, and Queen City, Indy. For a channel guide and more about NXT, visit NLSE.com.
So, Colin, what did we have here? Was it 20 unanswered points in the second half for Jacksonville?
No, because it was... I think it was 6-9 at half.
Ah, okay. All right.
Timeouts now starting to be used as Urban gets another carry. Picked up 7 on 2 so far. Young to throw. To the other tight end, first down. And that should just about do it as they get out to the 21.
Yeah, I mean they're using every tight end on the roster. That was Jason Stackhouse. All 3 tight ends, Ackerman, Harleman, and Stackhouse, have been catching everything thrown at them.
Got one more timeout at Fort Worth to burn. Let's see if they go back to the ground here. They will. It's a 1-yard pickup to Urban. So Jacksonville will snap a 3-game losing streak to start season 19 with the 1-3. Fort Worth will fall to 2-3 on the year. Impressive game, especially in the second half, by these Jacksonville Kings.
Yeah, and what a way to think, if you're going to get your first win, it's much sweeter, like I said, at home. And congratulations to Jacksonville. They really took control in the second half on both sides of the ball.
Young downs the ball to be 3rd and 10. So, Charles, of the games tomorrow, which one are you looking forward to the most?
Wow. That is a very, very good question. I think I'd like to watch every Baltimore game. I mean, London and Sioux Falls is going to be exciting, but I just love the way Baltimore puts their game plans together and how they execute on the field. So there'll be a couple I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested not only in that game as well as London and Sioux Falls, but I'm intrigued by DC Vancouver as well. That was a crazy shootout where Tom Pepper threw for over 730 yards, 737.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That'll be a good one to watch.
Last year, with Christian Brown replacing the man they call Captain Canada up there. We'll have a punt from Howard McCoy. The return by Baker. He gets stopped at the 45 with 22 seconds left.
I think they're going up against the second-team defense at Jacksonville. So let's see if the offense of Fort Worth can maybe walk away with it with at least another 7 on the board.
See what they do here. Ball on the 45. Empty shotgun. It's the majority of the backups. Ran over the middle of the Cowboy. Here we go. Robert Garrett Jr. on the reception. Everybody set. Dunhill looking for something deeper.
Oh my gosh!
He's got the Cowboy down to the 21, but they won't get another playoff.
Wow!
It's the final score is 26-6. Jacksonville wins.
Ends on an exciting play.
See the numbers there, they pretty much tell the story. Fort Worth may have won the rushing battle, but ultimately 2 turnovers and 300 passing yards, including 296 from Jordan Stipe on 49 of 38 passing, were ultimately the difference, Charles.
Yeah, definitely, and I like the way Jacksonville made an adjustment in the second half, got their tight ends involved a little bit more, and love to see Willis get that run up the middle for the touchdown. So very exciting, but also congratulations to Dunhill for breaking that record. That's quite a milestone. As I stated at the top of the game, a lot of veterans, long-term, long-tenured veterans on both sides of the ball, and some of the stars of this game are, like Willis, been here for a long time, and Marcus Dunhill breaking that record. It was a really, really exciting game. Kind of came on fire in the second half from an offensive standpoint, at least from a Jacksonville point of view. But both teams early in the season, and both teams have a long way to go, so neither of them are out of the playoff hunt.
Well, it finishes with 104 yards on 7 grabs. Marcus Dunhill, 31 of 41, 224, but 2 more interceptions to his personal ledger.
Who you think is going to get player of the game, Colin?
Well, I would think the rookie would get heavy consideration at this point, Jordan Stipe.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
Grayson Willis wouldn't be a bad pick either.
Yeah, definitely.
Drum roll, please. It's Jordan Stipe.
Well deserved.
34 of 45, 295 yards, and a touchdown with a quarterback rating of 99.8. Congrats to the rookie. For Galini National Wiseman on stats, I'm Colin Northup. Charles Doherty has been my sidekick for this week. Thank you, and good night.